Hey everyone, welcome to our first stats video. This one's a review of mean, median, mode, and range. Let's see what that's all about. Alright, so first of all in this video, before we can start, we got to understand when they say the word distribution in a stats problem, they're just talking about a set of values that they've given you to look at. So sometimes in a stats problem, a distribution could be a group of students' test scores, or a bunch of runners' times in a race, or the height of a bunch of trees in a forest. Anyways, you get the idea. That's what the word distribution means in these questions. So first up, we're going to talk about something called the mean of a distribution. Now, mean is just a different way to say the average of a set of values. To calculate the mean or the average, all we have to do is add up all the values in a distribution, find the total or the sum of all those values when we add them all up, and then divide that number by the number of values that we just added together, like in this example. So remember, all I did there was add those values together, press equals, and divide by the number of values in the list. Two common mistakes. People often forget to press equals after adding that last number in the list. And don't forget, the number you're dividing by is the number of values that you added together. You could just count them in the list, and that's what you're dividing by. Next up is median. The median in a distribution is the number that sits right in the middle of that list. But on this one, the list has to be in order. So you've got to rank the values in order from least to greatest. And then the middle number is the median. Now, to find the median, the easiest way is usually to count in from either end of the distribution, crossing off one number at a time until hopefully there's only one number left in the middle. And that number that's left right in the middle, that's the median. Now, if we have two numbers left in the middle after crossing off from either end, like in this example, then all we have to do is add those two numbers together and divide by 2, or find the average of those two middle numbers. And that number that we just calculated is the median. Next up here is the mode of a distribution. Now, the mode of a distribution is just the most common value that occurs in the list. Now, usually there's just one mode, like in this example. But there could be more than one mode, meaning there's more than one value that shows up the same number of times. Like in this example, and in this one. And it's possible, although unlikely if they're asking you to find the mode, that there's no mode at all, meaning no value repeats in a distribution. And last up, we have range. Now, range is a term that's kind of exactly how it sounds. It means the difference between the highest and the lowest value in a distribution. So once you find your largest number and your smallest number, subtract the little one from the bigger one, the smallest from the biggest, and what you got there, the difference, is the range. Just like in this example. Now let's see one more example of each of these, mean, median, mode, and range, to make sure we're all clear.